So today we're going to talk about some Chrome browser plugins that allow you to protect yourself better on the internet by limiting what data and is being seen by companies out there that might use it for purposes that you may not necessarily want to use it for. One of the first ones we're going to talk about, not so much as a way of blocking or controlling websites, but this one will show you like a web-like interface, very apropos, of various sites that you visit and which cookies are on that site. So, like for instance, I went to fark.com because I like Fark, and it shows you the cookies that are set when you visit that site. Some of the cookies you can find there are Neato Shop, FM Pub, NG Files, Ranker, Illegit, which I have blocked, as you can see, because I just don't like the name of the website, and crowdscience.com. Scorecard Research is another classic one that I try to block, along with ones like DoubleClick and Cassell Media, those kinds. Any of the ones that are haloed are sites that I actually visit, like MA3 Comic, that's a web comic, Google.com, because I have my Google Reader there. Hijinks Ensue is another one, but these are cookies set by those various sites when I visit GoogleReader.com. As you can see, I have quite a few RSS feeds on my Google Reader that come up. Scientific American, which I visited a couple sites on there. As you can see, it's in haloed, and you get sites there. So what happens is Scientific American sets a cookie to QuantServe, which I've blocked, but QuantServe also connects to Fark and MA3 Comic and Wowhead, which is a World of Warcraft website, and Control-Alt-Delete Comics. So it's kind of interesting how one cookie that you can set in your browser can broadcast itself to these servers, these websites that say, okay, this person has visited Scientific American, Fark, this web comic, Control-Alt-Delete, and people can gain metrics on those and profiles. So somebody might look at that QuantServe cookie and say, okay, well, we know this guy likes to visit news aggregators, he likes science, he has a sense of humor, he plays an online multiplayer role-playing game, and he has something to do with Google. They may not know it's reader.google.com, or what. So, it's kind of interesting how you can go in and see in a graphical sense how everything's connected. So moving on, one of the other cookies that I like to use is one called Privacy Fix, and all of these are available in the Chrome store, so you can go and download them there. You don't have to sideload them like FB Purity or anything like that. So you go in here, and what happens, you go to their website, and they start off telling you how much you are worth to Facebook every year, which is kind of nice, I guess. So let me go back to the beginning here. So this is the front page. When you come up here, first time you run it, you hit Run Privacy Setup, and it runs this privacy fix, and what it does, it says it has to download a file because they don't want, they're paranoid just like I am. They're going to not send any data from the computer, so they're going to download basically what it is, like a host list or a checklist that you can go through and look at. So some of the things that they look at in your Facebook, Google, other websites, and that you can, tracking cookies, and the health bar, which is this up here, shows you the health of the website in an informational sense, how much it's sharing. So you can block various, attributes from cookies or from sites like Facebook that will share your information. There's a kind of an odd little pop-up here, but I actually did share this because I wanted my friends to know about Privacy Fix. So you go to Google and it'll tell you, is your profile searchable? I've blocked the +1s for advertising. You can also turn off the widgets, but you can turn the widgets on if you wanted to. The search history, I had already turned off the search history several years ago, so I didn't feel like I need to log back in to enable the search history just to disable it again. So the one thing I did find a little odd about this was you can actually go and email these companies and ask them to no longer share your data. Now that's all well and good, but I don't visit those sites, and if I do, I probably block their cookies. So thank you, Jared. And so I go to, and then there's a whole ton of other websites that you can go to that you can use to block your, I guess they specifically share, data, and they tell you like a rating of what they do based on, whether or not the data is not shared or if it's retained, and whether or not they do confidentiality. You can also get rid of any tracking cookies that exist, and you can also, your ad track. You can do the do not track cookie, which not all websites honor. So you have to keep that in mind when you run it. So the health bar comes up and it will tell you, various things. The personal data is not collected, and this only works for sites that they know about. If they don't know about it, it doesn't necessarily come up, and it may not be correct. So that was a really nice one. I actually just found it recently, and if you use it, it works out really well. I mean, a lot of things get blocked using it. So let's see. One of the last ones I'm going to talk about is script no. In this case, and script no, when you go to a website, will show you it's a no script and a not script for those Chrome users that still use that. I actually use not script. And it shows you what exactly is being blocked, and you can allow just that subdomain, or you can trust the entire domain. So you could trust all of Facebook.net. You can also deny or distrust the entire domain, or you can just do temporarily. So if you're not sure if you want to trust it or deny it, you can do a temporary thing. Or the cool thing about it, which turned me on to it and got me away from not script, was a rating function, where you can go to what they call Web of Trust website, WOT, what? And you can see ratings based on trustworthiness, vendor reliability, privacy, and child safety. Not so much child safety for me, but I like to know about other things. Sometimes you get comments down here depending on the sites you go to. Let me see if there's another one here. Maybe Facebook was not a good idea on that one. Let's see. How about Yelp.cdn? Sometimes you get, let's see. Let's see. You're going to come up with... There you go. So, yeah, obviously this one's kind of a dud. You've got GoogleAnalytics.com. This says that Google Analytics is listed in OpenDNS's block tool. Well, that must be nice. So it's on the black hole list. So that's excellent, which is why I block it. I actually blocked... Yeah, see? It's blocked when you go here. So, yeah. See, I've actually distrusted it, so you can't, it won't set any cookies at all, which is really nice. I do allow, like, the CDNs and those, especially for, like, Yelp, or if Facebook CDN is FB CDN, so I allow those because as a content distribution network, you have to have those enabled, otherwise you can't see a lot of stuff on the page. There are some that you are kind of sneaky, but for the most part, my website, when you go to a brand new website, a lot of times you have to enable a bunch of stuff, and there's a lot of trial and error. But I found after using this for a couple of weeks, a lot of sites kind of just, it evens out. I find I have to click on this less once you get it trained. So it's more like a Bayesian filter in email, where after a while, it kind of runs itself. So I can trust that entire domain if I wanted to, and then all the cookies on there would be set. So this was, you know, a little trip down privacy lane to show you that there are things out there that will help you control your browsing and what information is given out in case you are a little paranoid like me. So this is Brian, and hope you enjoy listening.